Welcome to Wine Chats with Bildo and Lindelin. My name is Billy Milovanovic, aka Bildo.
And my name's Lindsay Kirkwood, also known as Lindelin.
And this is an offensively funny podcast about drinking wine and chatting life. Hope you enjoy.
Welcome, Billy. Come to the couch with me.
Thanks, Lindelin. What a lovely welcome.
I know.
I always just feel so welcomed by you.
Do you? It's fake today. Wow, I
The
love
love. It's going to be a great episode, isn't it, Lindsay?
It is. It suits our mood because it's our last worldly topic.
Yes.
And we're just going to talk about how shit the world is.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't have sold it that way, but it's kind of what's happening.
No.
There's a lot going on in the world. None of it seems nice.
No, okay, I'll sell a different way. The world is fucked. How about that?
It's also not really selling it, but I do understand what this topic is, and I do agree that that's what's happening.
It is. It's going to happen after I butcher this wine label because do you know what? We went to our lovely wine sponsor, Sensitaste, and picked out 4 amazing worldly wines for this past month, which have been amazing. We all know that I can't pronounce.
Settle
weird.
in. Settle in.
Yeah,
Are you ready?
Unless if it is like proper just North American English.
Sauv Blanc.
Right? Pinot Noir. Yeah. Noir is like getting a little bit exotic for me, right?
Ooh,
yeah.
ooh.
Uh-huh. So we have this beautiful French wine.
Yes. Sorry in advance, France.
Yes. I did YouTube how to pronounce these
Have
words.
you forgotten since?
No, but I'll still butcher it because I just do. Okay.
We're waiting. It's okay.
So it's a Côte du Rhône.
Good.
Okay. And the winemaker is E. Gigel. Okay.
That doesn't sound too taxing, Lindsay.
Look, there's no Frenchness to that at all. Like
Throw a bit of a juju in it, you know? Like a
no,
word.
it's not going to happen. It's a white wine. It's a 2021. Now, I had to read what type of wine is this? Because nowhere on the bottle does it actually say this is a Sauv Blanc or a fucking
Which is
whatever.
why this is exciting because we get to try wines we really haven't touched on at all.
Totally, 100%. So, keep
Tell us,
talking.
Lenny. Tell us about this incredible French wine that we're drinking that you have done all your research about and around.
I did. And oh my God.
France is a huge wine region that produces lots of lovely French wines.
Oh my God.
And sends them to the world.
Let me just open up a new page because
We have a discount code at Sense of Taste.
Yes, go Billy, go.
So we are being sponsored by Sense of Taste in November. And we have a discount code. If you go into store right now, and you tell them that you are a Wine Chats listener, okay, they will give you $10 off when you spend $35.
Like, that's amazing.
That's seriously cool.
I'm sure Billy said because I tuned her out. They have such a crazy selection. Seriously, crazy.
It's true.
Like, it's mind-boggling.
Worldly
actually.
wines.
Yes.
Seriously. Yes.
Okay, so what type of wine, you may ask, is a Côte du Rhône?
A white one.
White one, but what type of white, right?
Right.
So the funny thing about this type of wine, it can be red, white, and a rosé wine.
Ooh.
It's produced from a Grenache
We know that one.
for reds and rosés, or Grenache Blanc for the whites.
Grenache Blanc. I've never heard of that one.
Well, Grenache white, because you
I
can't have a
know,
white
but
wine made out of red grapes, because that don't make
Then
sense.
how do you
Sally?
have a Grenache Blanc? Because that's a white wine, right?
Well, this is made out of the Grenache Blanc grape because it's a white wine.
I'm just going to go with that, yes. Before I keep going around in circles and
Is anybody else confused with Billy, or is it just her?
Just me, it seems.
Just you. Okay,
Let's do it.
I'm excited. We get super, super excited to try different wines.
I can't reach your glass. It's so far away. I'll hold this. Yeah.
I'm
Great.
like, are you drinking by yourself, Billy? You just have one glass.
Let's do it. I don't know why
Okay, I'm
I
gonna
feel
do
like
you
it'll be
first.
fizzy, but it's not going to be. Just because
Fizzy?
it's a corked white.
What?
I
are
don't
you
know,
talking
Lindsay.
about? So, let's just not.
We have had over 200 episodes. Do you know that?
I do know
We've
that.
actually just ticked over.
I do. Yes.
So basically in that time, I still haven't learnt that corked white wines can be not fizzy. Here we go.
I'm going to put this on the coffee table.
Good idea. On the wine table.
Wine table.
It's not
Because
coffee
I
chats.
don't. Oh my God. Cheers.
Cheers to France. Oui, oui. Merci. Merci beaucoup.
Okay.
a lovely
super
colour.
cute color, right?
Yeah. Lovely
Like,
colour.
Ooh, do you
Ooh,
know
it
what I
smells good.
notice? it coats the glass like quite a bit.
Oh, Lindelin,
Whoa.
you're a professional. I don't know how to swish and swirl properly, but sure, it coats my glass too.
Oh my God.
It worked.
Oh, it's very zingy on the nose.
It is, isn't it? Ooh, I've never tried anything like this before.
Oh, wow. Okay. My first thought is like, ooh, I don't know if I'm going to like this.
Yeah.
But it sounds so cheesy, but it softens on the tongue.
The first taste is very bitter. It almost seems bitter to me.
Oh, okay.
So it's almost like beer without any of the fizz. It's that same type of flavor. You don't drink beer. You don't know what we're talking about, us in the beer world.
Okay. I am so sorry to all the winemakers out there. This does not taste like beer without the fizz. I've had beer.
No, it does. It tastes like it's that like bittery kind of flavor. You getting that? No. Lindsay just tastes cigar. It's like for the first 2 seasons, all I tasted was oak.
I think you still taste oak.
Right? Well, I just don't say it anymore because it's just so overdone.
Yeah.
I think people are sick of French oak.
Yes.
Right?
French oak. Look, I quite like it. I don't know if I would, it's a strong wine flavor wise. I don't know if I'd be able to have more than like a couple glasses. I think after that I'd be like, ooh, a bit.
Would you take it to a picnic, Lindsay?
Yes. But it would have to be like really cold, like lots of ice packs in that cooler.
Yes. And it sort of makes me think that it's more a winter wine personally than a summer wine.
Okay. Why?
Just because it's a little bit like deeper and richer somehow.
Yeah.
Like, when it's cold, you kind of want like a wine to keep you warm. Somehow like summery fresh drinks, I kind of feel like should be a little bit fresher on the palate. Does anybody honestly even care that I'm still talking?
No.
Can we just get on to what's happening in the world right now?
No, how fucked the world is. That's what we're going to talk about.
I actually, do you know what? Before,
Yes, do tell.
when I was doing my really intensive research for this topic, reading news.com.au, I actually Googled like good news around the world.
Oh, is there any?
Really minimal.
Yeah.
And
Seriously.
it's not, I actually just don't think that there's enough like publications out there that do talk about like the positive things, right? Because the news is all about just telling us all the miserable stuff that's happening in the world.
It's so true.
So like those happy things were like, oh, a puppy got rescued after being in a tree. And it's like, well, that's okay. All right, Germany, is there anything else happening in Germany? Like so stuff like that was very like basic that I don't really think anybody would want to hear about.
And you know what I'm just going to jump on that bandwagon for a second because I watch the news every morning and every night.
Yeah.
And you're 100% right. There's never any of the main stories.
Yeah.
It's always about tragedy, something horrible.
Yep.
They might have Feel Good Friday little clip of a bunny rabbit hopping.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
But like, there's no actual stories that they're reporting on that is like amazing. Good.
There were a couple of people in Hong Kong, a few engineering scientists. I made that up. I have no idea. They're scientists. They created a coating out of like 470,000 pieces of glass, like recycled glass.
Okay.
They created a coating for buildings that prevents that reflects sun essentially, and it keeps the buildings cool.
Yeah, cool.
So they've created a way to recycle all these bottles, but then also come up with a solution that's like eco-friendly to cooling down buildings and stuff.
Well, which is amazing because that's one thing why the world is so fucked, because it's burning up. And
global warming, that doesn't exist,
right?
except there's like fires all over the place and it's like super hot and people are dying at concerts,
And people are dying at concerts.
Well, I'm not Taylor Swift's fan.
I know.
It was so hot in Brazil. Even poor Taylor Swift standing around on stage breathing heavy.
But a lot of that was because security didn't let them take water in.
Yeah, but was it always that hot in Brazil in that time of year? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm just saying, okay?
You weren't
Ice
one of
caps are
those
melting. People are dying at concerts. That's all I'm saying.
You weren't one of those engineering scientists that you were talking about.
Where was the reflection dome around that concert?
No, and we shouldn't be laughing.
No, we really shouldn't be. It's like tragic.
It's very, very sad that she passed away. We don't know the exact details, etc. But it was due to the heat. Yes,
due to the heat.
Yeah.
Anyway, we
don't know if she had any other.
Listen.
It doesn't
That's
matter.
not what we're here to do. We're here to be sad about the world.
But it is a scary thought to think of like what the world's going to be like for our great-grandchildren.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? And
totally.
Even our grandchildren. Like
I'm just waiting for the earth to just eject us all and start again.
Oh, where are we going?
Oh, she will be, like we are germs on a planet, guys.
I know, but this is
Do you know what I'm saying? So if she explodes, like we all just cease to exist.
Oh, I thought you meant
she'll
like we
recuperate.
Oh, right. I thought we were going to be ejected to like...
Into space, probably.
To a new
Like
planet?
honestly,
I don't
we
wanna
just
die.
think that this is what's funny to me. It's like we think that we own the earth and land and things like that's really cute that we think that. But really, like Mother Earth is like actually just letting us be here. And one day she's just not going to let us be here anymore. And that's on us. The few of us elite ones will stay, like us with the community and the cults and the ones who, you know, have our own vegetables and animals and stuff. She'll keep us.
Oh my God.
We'll be in an ark somewhere in space.
Okay. We knew it was going to be weird with Billy. I think we need to take a break. I need a breather. I need to like collect my brain cells that are left after listening to that.
Great.
And then let's talk about more about how fucked the world is.
Let's.
Sense of Taste is a boutique bottle shop that has premium wine offerings as well as all the high-end wines and spirits you could dream of. You want it? Sense of Taste probably stocks it.
Sense of Taste stocks some of our favourite wine brands including Wynn's Coonawarra Estate, Bird in Hand and Moom, just to name a few, at competitive and affordable prices.
With 5 stores across Brisbane, as well as a massive online store, you can get your favorite wines delivered right to your door. They also offer click and collect at all 5 locations.
Sense of Taste have some amazing offerings. You can buy 6 bottles of wine and get 15% off, stock up with their dozen deals, shop their exclusive Sense of Terroir wine series, and take advantage of their daily specials.
The best part, we've got a discount code just for you. Use the code WINECHATS or mention our podcast Wine Chats in store and get $10 off when you spend over $35 on any items, excluding already discounted items and bundles. This offer is exclusive to Wine Chats listeners.
So head on over to senseoftaste.com.au to shop now.
Offer available from November 1st to November 30th. Okay, minimal brain cells, but we are back.
True.
Shall we just touch base very quickly because we don't like getting involved in all this stuff. Like the 2 massive civil wars that are happening. Like, holy.
I don't even know what to say about that because I've been a part of a civil war myself and it just seems so senseless to me. Like you said, we're not going to go into details. People are dying is the end of it. Like at the end of the day, there's just so much unrest.
Yeah.
And as a human, like I look at it very much as like a humanity problem, right? So like we, you know, it's really easy to ignore. Trust me, I've been doing it myself. But it's just so much unrest. And then you're seeing it carry through in countries like ours where everything's calm here, but people are still fighting about it. And everybody has these differing opinions and everybody's right and everybody's wrong. And it's all just violence and unrest and sadness. And it breaks my heart.
Yeah. It breaks your heart?
Absolutely. Because I've been through it. And to me, even my own war that I went through seemed like senseless to me. And don't get me wrong, it's not senseless. There's people on each side having their own
calm down, people.
Like,
yes,
chill.
Yes.
But like, again, as humans, the lack of compassion on both sides.
Yeah.
And I think if everybody just kind of took a step back a little bit, took a chill pill and kind of try to agree on some, and that's including the people who are all that sort of stuff, but it's impossible because everybody has these histories and this like these ancient wars that are going on.
And it's not like it's the soldiers on the battlefields dying. You know what I mean?
No.
Like it's the innocent children dying.
Yes.
Like on the news the other day, they were showing the poor little premature babies that are like, there's like 8 of them in the little, it's not even an incubator. It's like a cot, I guess, or hospital.
Well,
cot,
whatever they've got available
whatever it
at that
is.
stage,
exactly. And they're these teeny tiny preemie babies. Like they look like little monkeys. You know what I mean? Like a preemie baby
They're still
looks
so tiny. Yes.
a little bit
Underdeveloped.
Yeah. And they're just, they don't have anything on, just a diaper. And it's like these poor little babies. And then a mom was reunited with her preemie where she thought she would never see her baby. You know, imagine that, delivering a baby and then like in a war.
In a war zone. Oh, and I've heard stories, I think.
Insane.
I want to say that even my stepmom actually was delivering during, like in a war zone, like during wartime. Ooh. So people just like are experiencing these things time and time again, and we still haven't figured out a way as humanity to like be able to move forward together whilst respecting each other and respecting each other's points of views and religions and whatever. We just haven't figured it out yet. And it seems to get worse and worse now with social media as well. It's traveling around the world so much quicker. We're seeing so many different images that are now shaping the way we think about what's going on. And that's a scary thing. Like that's why it's hard to make up my own mind about it, because the media that we're seeing is always skewed to one side or the other.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the people who are controlling it are really controlling what we think and see.
And it's funny because like, so I'm not going to say Team A is like, well, you fucking killed innocent people, women and children, blah, blah, blah. But then Team A does the same thing to Team B to get back at them and to like fight.
Yes.
It's like, well, you know what I mean? Like my brain can't comprehend it. I don't understand the war world. I know there's a lot more to it.
Absolutely.
But I just feel like it's surely there's another way. Surely.
And like you said, there's a whole other civil war going on that's been going on for a long time as well.
Yeah.
What we're talking about is like, thank God that we are here in this country, able to ignore this type of stuff.
I know, but then I feel I don't
I
want
feel
to say
horrific.
that I ignore it.
Of course you
know what I mean?
don't.
Like,
but if I don't ignore it, you are. And I went deep into both holes.
Yeah.
When both the wars started to arc up or whatever,
But this was so sensitive for you because you lived
through it,
that's
right?
why
I
like,
went. That's why I kind of wanted to know. Like, what is this about? Like, why is this still happening? How come it happened to me and now 20 years later it's happening to other children? Like, I don't understand. And the thing is, all I learned was that you can't possibly understand. It's so, even people who do profess to understand are grandstanding and talking about these. It's too hard.
Cameron and I watched a YouTube video, or not video, a documentary. Not even YouTube. I don't even know. Anyways, a documentary about the current civil war, right? To try and understand it, because we're like, I don't get it.
Educate myself.
Even after that, we had to keep pausing it, rewinding, and like asking each other, we're like, what? So what? Like just to understand why they're at war. It's so complicated, right?
It's complicated, and it's like I question myself all the time, like, what is my responsibility in this? You know, because we do have a responsibility. Everybody does. Like, what am I supposed to be doing about this? Do I give money to someone? Do I teach my children better?
Yeah.
Do I talk to my friends about it?
Yeah.
Do I what do I do to help this situation?
Yeah.
And all I really do is hug my children, and then like in my mind, like hug all the children that need the hugs. I don't know how else, aside with my own energy, like again, without going down that deep hole of like now I'm in it as well, like involving myself in a story that I don't want to be involved in.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? Like, what is this like global responsibility we have? Because I do see it very much as like a global problem. Or do we just I honestly don't know. Like I mean, I'm obviously just letting it play out. What am I going to do? Like literally. Yeah. But then I don't know. I don't know. It's a really tricky thing. Even educated people seem to be struggling. So what am I going to do? You know, it's that real like helplessness feeling.
Yeah. I think you can just support, right? Like we can't actually
support
do anything
who? You know, and that's
whoever
the thing.
you feel like whoever you feel
and
is
I know
in the right,
lots
right?
of
like
friends at the moment who are posting. I have one friend in particular. Hi, Maddie. She posts a lot of stuff on her socials about like, if you don't see this, what is your problem? Like she's very passionate about trying to spread the word of a particular team.
Yeah.
And it's like, I appreciate what she's doing because it takes guts to stand up for what you believe in. But then again, your view, like I don't trust my views, if you know what I mean. I don't trust that I'm providing information that's going to help in a sense.
Right. Okay.
Like I do, you know, like you said, how do you pick?
Yeah.
And then being on the fence isn't good enough either because people don't like that either.
Yeah.
And now you and I have a bit of a platform. So obviously like I don't want to sway it one way or the other. I don't know. It's not for us to say this is what you should be thinking, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, but we wouldn't anyways.
Well, that's it. That's what I mean. Like I feel like we have a bit of a platform, so we should use it, but I don't want to use it in that way because I just want to keep this a place that's like
but I don't think
and fun.
See, this is what pisses me off actually about that. I totally disagree with that, anyways, because it's not. I think it's a personal thing. It shouldn't be. Well, no, Team A did that, so you've got to be for Team B. Like that's not up to somebody else to tell somebody.
Yes.
It's
good
up to that person to figure it out themselves and to decide who they believe is in the right and who is in the wrong.
And then support it in the way that they can.
Yeah, or that they want to.
Yeah.
All of the above. Like it's such a personal
thing.
decision.
And that's what I'm saying as well. Yeah, like you're right. You're absolutely right. I really like that you said that because it's like, that's what I struggle with. It's like, I don't want to say anything because I don't feel I've got a place to say anything. It's not really like, you're right. I don't want to skew people's like views one way or the other. Who am I to tell you what you think? Figure it out. Like everybody has to figure it out themselves. And then I go back right to the start where I'm like, I'm just going to ignore all of this. and move on with my happy life. Because otherwise it is really
Keeps-
miserable
yeah.
out there.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Like, what do you do? Where do you go from there? Like, well, how do you help? I don't know. Do you help, or do you just ignore it and live your best life?
Bury your head in the sand.
Do you talk to your kids about it?
About the war?
Yeah.
Fuck no. No. Because they don't see it really on the news, except that there's two
Big unrest.
that they're fighting. They know that there's a war going on.
Yeah.
But do I talk to them about it? No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, obviously I talk to my kids about it because I went through it, and it's something that's very, that is a big topic of conversation in our house. I don't know if I've ever gone into like, oh, there's a current war going on, guys. This is what's happened. Like,
I was just
details.
gonna say, like, in what capacity do you mean to talk about it?
Well, if they see something, because again, Henry and I will watch something either on the news or whatever if it comes up, and they know my story to an extent about like mummy grew up in, a country that doesn't, that sort of thing. So very broadly, in a sense, to say that people do fight and they fight about certain things. Like for my country, it happened to have been land. Again, both the civil wars are currently about land.
About land. I was just going to say it's always about land.
It's always about land. And I sort of try and explain to them from my own personal views being that that's ridiculous, that we are, again, here on borrowed land.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how we can be fighting about the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Now, I get that it's about also belonging and having a place where you live and come from and all that. So we kind of just have we do have those big talks to them about like, people fight, and this is kind of
so that's
what
more
it's about.
like not about the actual wars going on.
That's right.
Yes,
I wouldn't
because I was going to say you have to be careful too putting like thoughts into little kids' heads.
Oh, always about
the
everything.
Actual
yes,
war, because that's more like a different.
Well, you can't because if you were to try and explain to them, like again, this is what I almost can't take sides. It's not like for me, all sides that are a part of a war are aggrieved in some capacity, and it always goes down. Like it always goes back almost fucking centuries. So like, how do you explain that sort of thing to kids? I can't explain it myself to myself. Like it's hard to be able to.
Well, and like our kids are so young.
And they're so young. Like, they don't understand. Exactly. I'm not going to talk to a 5-year-old about
because that's why I'm like, oh my God, so you're talking to them. Because like if they could have nightmares. Kids' minds go
totally
crazy. Right. So I was interested when you said that you talked to them about the war.
No, I don't go into detail, but I will talk about the fact that there is unrest in the world. And
right. That's
different.
What I mean?
Yeah.
Totally get that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's move on about that. My bunion hurts. So that is where the world fucking sucks. I need my bunion. I have to like, can you move your leg? I need to put my leg out straight so I'm not resting my bunion on the couch. World is fucked.
World is fucked when Lindsay's bunion. Yes.
The other like horrible thing, Billy hates when I bring this up.
I do. I really do.
Yeah, I know. And I totally get it. Of course, it's such a sensitive, horrible topic.
But
no, but I'm just, the reason why I want to bring it up is because I'm a worrywart parent. I talk about all the time how I don't want my kids to get the age where they aren't in my safety bubble.
Sure.
Drugs, alcohol, running with the wrong crowd, mental health.
Yep.
There's so many child suicides now.
Trigger warning, lots all over the place.
That it just...
Ding, ding, ding.
For me as a parent, it scares the shit out of me. Like, fully scares the shit. To the point where, like, my eldest, he's 10... and he's been saying how much he's going to miss me lately when he goes to school.
Aww.
Like every day when I drop him off, he's like, I'm going to miss you, Mom. And he'll say like, beautiful. My stomach's hurting. Like he's going through a phase where he says he doesn't want to go to school. And like, of course I go through the, well, has anything bad happened? Do you want to write anything down? Is there anything that I should know about?
Good.
I ask his teacher. I do all the safety checklist. Nothing comes up. And it's like you hear these horribly sad, tragic stories of like 12-year-olds. Like it cannot. You know what I mean? And I just think, is the world so fucked that these little children like end up doing this? Like, does it scare the shit out of you?
No, not until this very moment, no. And apologies to our listener who's also probably really anxious about this now. No, I really don't. It doesn't.
It's so real.
That's one of those things that, how everybody has their own certain worries about, and the things that sort of play on your mind a lot. That really isn't one. Mine is more like, oh my God, have I locked all the doors? Are my children going to be okay? Yeah. When I get up to pee at night, I have to check on my children to make sure they haven't been stolen or
fair enough.
or anything like that.
Killed. Oh God.
Oh, I get the worst things in my mind thinking to myself, oh my God, am I going to walk into a blood scene for some reason? I don't know where. Too much crime television. No, that doesn't scare me. I don't know why not. Obviously, I mean, naturally, it's a fear now that you bring it up. Absolutely. I don't know. It scares me. It's like you think that you've talked to your kids and you think that you do all the right stuff, and then there's all this. They have their own world that they live in. Yeah. And you just have to keep encouraging them to talk to you about it. Yeah. And there's really not, like, I can't say, oh my God, if you were just to do this, your kids won't do that. Like, it's impossible to say. That's such an impossible thing to control.
I just think parenting is so scary these days.
It's scary because there's a lot of the world. And I think social media is a huge thing. I want to try and keep my kids off social media for as long as possible. I say that. I have a 5 and a 7-year-old and it's, I'm not even near that world really. Well, but I mean, we kind of are because our kids are already.
I was going to say, your kids are on.
Well, not on social media per se.
Right. Not Facebook or Insta social media.
Not that type where they are now like.
Yes. Gotcha.
Our kids are still young enough where we can control who they're talking to online.
Yes.
I would like to try and control that for as long as possible.
Forever
if we could, because that's the thing that scares me is kids just having no understanding of how their words affect their peers. Yeah. That's the bit that terrifies me.
Yeah. Oh, it's so scary. It's so scary.
It's like you think you know your kids and you think you talk to them and you give them the space and you give them the opportunity to tell you all these things, but you really can't ever know what's happening in their world. So yeah, it is terrifying, and thanks for that, Lindsay.
It's just something that's always on my
happening,
mind.
And you're right. It's happening a lot more in the world. I really think. I don't know. I put it all down to technology and social media, but I mean, obviously that stuff has been happening for yonks anyway. It's not, Yeah.
Okay, so bunions,
wars, and child suicide. Fantastic. This is a really
I told you it was
chirpy
the
episode.
World is shit. Fucked, whatever. But Santa's coming, so he's going to fix everything.
Is he?
He is.
I don't know. He terrifies me too.
What?
Can he actually just do all my Christmas shopping for me and do all that?
Yes.
If he could, that would be amazing.
If you tell everyone that just Santa's bringing your presents this
real
year.
Santa would be really handy for me this year.
For all those children listening, what shenanigans is coming out of her mouth?
For all those children listening, stop it.
Yeah, exactly. Off. This is R-rated.
Oh my God.
Look,
anyway,
we're going to tap out because we've traumatized ourselves.
Bye.
The world's not that shit. Go hug someone you love.
Go hug someone you love and send some lovely thoughts out there. Good idea, Lenny. Thank you for joining us for this latest episode of Wine Chats podcast with Bilder and Lindeland. You can find us on our socials on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and you can listen to us on any favorite podcasting app or watch on YouTube.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, review, comment, send us some love. We absolutely love it.
Chat soon. Come on, Lenny. Chat soon.
Chat soon.
Chat soon.
Chat putting this in.
Come on.
Okay, we'll add in chat soon at the end. Both of us?
Yeah, go
on. Chat soon.